Little trivia for you guys tonight. Ad Astra means to the stars in Latin. A. Greetings, Earthlings. It's TVB, and oh my gosh, I just realized this movie came out the same weekend, or at least the same time frame. I'm not entirely sure if this came out this weekend or the weekend before, or September 6th or sometime. It came out recently. It came out right near the Area 51 invasion, which bombed horrendously from what I've been told. But anyway, I'm here today to review Ad Astra, which is directed by James Gray and stars Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, and Dawn Sutherland, as Brad Pitt plays Roy McBride, who's an astronaut who's the son of this legendary astronaut played by Tommy Lee Jones, who's like the first man to go to Jupiter, Saturn, and now Neptune, but he's been gone for decades, and now, as his son, he's venturing out into the galaxy to find him. So, I went into this film not really knowing what to expect. Like, I've seen little commercials for it, but I haven't really seen any of the trailers. It's just like, I got home yesterday for reasons I'll explain, like, at the end of this video, and my mother was like, "Hey, Vitas, do you want to see Ad Astra? Little mother-son outing?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah." So I went with her, just hearing that it's a sci-fi movie with Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like the Odyssey, that Greek mythology tale in space. Like, I've heard some critics make that comparison, and I can see why, because Ad Astra is a slow burner, guys. Like, for a sci-fi film, this is not fast-paced, which is also like the Odyssey. For those of you who don't know, the Odyssey, the Iliad and the Odyssey centers around Homer, who's this ancient Greek hero. He and all his crewmates are away from home for 20 years because one of their quests, they land on an island with a Cyclops on it, and Homer has to blind the Cyclops to escape, and the Cyclops is the son of Poseidon, the god of the oceans, and makes his life miserable for 20 years, and thus he can't come home. When he does come home, he's just never the same again. He finally comes home to his wife, and it's just like, what is this place? That's what this film feels like. I get the comparisons that critics have drawn towards that. Like, this guy goes to Neptune, which is the Roman name for the Greek god Poseidon, who's the son of the seas. Hey, I see what you did there, movie. But yeah, this film is not very fast-paced, and that's realistic that way, because being an astronaut, like, being up in the skies when you're looking down on the Earth, when you're near the moon, from what I've been told, is really just a lot of sitting around. Like, a lot of jobs that people have that you might think are very fast-paced and exciting really aren't that. And I can see why this film has a lot of montages and a lot of flashbacks and voiceovers and blah blah to make things seem faster than it actually is. But yeah, this film is not very fast-paced. I can see why that could be off-putting for some people. This is not a casual watch. This is not a film that I can watch casually by any means. Though I will say that Ad Astra is definitely worth seeing, despite the divisive reviews. People seem to have split opinions over it. Like, this film is gorgeous, both visually and audio wise. Like, this film, the space looks very real, and the sound effects and everything's just on point. The editing is sharp. Like, the technical work was very spot on. Probably get nominated. I mean, this film could get nominated for Oscars for all I know, because we're near that whole season, and it definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for best special effects, at least. And despite this film's slow pacing, there are some pretty thrilling and intense moments. Like, again, this is kind of like a psychological thriller to a certain degree, because you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, one of my favorite scenes in this entire movie is when they're on the moon on their rovers. It's just kind of like a scene that was sort of like Mad Max in space. There are these raiders that are after them, also on moon buggies. Like, the whole idea that in the distant future, when we're colonizing space because Earth has run out of resources, people on Earth start fighting in space over resources. I thought that was so cool. And there's other cool scenes like that throughout, sort of scattered throughout. There's some little few and far between, but yeah, there's great moments of intensity, and Brad Pitt doesn't really say too much. And so this film's not that dialogue heavy. It's more visually driven. It's a lot of visual storytelling, but Brad Pitt's performance was very spot on. For the most part, just his face and the voiceover. So I feel like the narration just says it all. Like, I know narration can be seen as cliche and redundant and stupid, but the narration in this film was very well done. And Tommy Lee Jones isn't in this movie too long, but as Roy McBride's father, as Brad Pitt's dad in this movie, he was very spot on. Tommy Lee Jones, how old is he? Jeez, he still got it. So is Don Sutherland. Like, he was President Snow in the Hunger Games, if my memory is correct. Yeah, like, everyone in this movie was just fantastic. And, you know, again, if you're not a fan of slow-paced movies, I would not suggest watching this. But, like, Ad Astra is a big treat for sci-fi lovers. Believe me when I say that. Sorry, my camera froze there really briefly if you guys, saw that. But yeah, Ad Astra, we're getting, fall is here. Like, the first day of fall was yesterday on September 23rd. I'm recording this, like, late on the 24th. So, I'm curious to see what recognition this film gets, because I could definitely see it getting recognized for at least a little bit of stuff when the Oscars come around and the Gold Globes and things like that. So, I'm giving Ad Astra an 8 out of 10 stars. It's a really likable film. Yeah, I'm home. I had to pull out for the semester. I'm taking a semester off. I know, it's a very sudden change. I've had a lot of I just have some sudden, serious family matters to take care of, guys, and I think I just need to, take a break from the big college lifestyle for a while. So yeah, to all my friends in Colorado, I'm really sorry that I had to leave like this. If everything goes according to plan, I'll go back for a spring semester this January. So until then, between now and for the next, 3.5 months roughly, 4 months perhaps, I'll be here. I'm home in the Northeast, hanging out with my parents. I'll be hopefully going to community college pretty soon, get some credits done. I know this is a very sudden change, and I'm terribly sorry that that my whole fall plans would take such a 180 like this. Fingers crossed I'll be able to make Walking Dead reactions this fall. If not, I will definitely react to The Walking Dead every Sunday when it returns during the spring, when I'm back on my regular scheduled program, at school. But right now, it's hard to say, just saying. So for any of you guys who enjoy my Walking Dead live stream reactions, if it ends up not happening this fall, I apologize in advance. And I was just watching a video I made almost a year ago. That was about another channel update where I had to take a break from YouTube videos. It was made that in early November because I really just had to focus on my grades. A lot has changed in the past year. My outlook on a lot of things has changed drastically, and my viewpoints have really just aren't the same for what they used to be, and I consider that a good thing. And I've learned a lot about myself and about growing up within the past year, and I think this is a great transitional phase. Last year, I remember mentioning a few times in some of my videos I was hoping to study abroad. Yeah, I don't really care about studying abroad anymore, especially after my Germany trip this summer and my Mexico trip back in spring break. If I'm gonna be overseas somewhere, in another country, I'd rather go there as a tourist and have fun and enjoy myself, be immersed in a new culture, and go sightseeing and hang out with people and party and stuff like that, not be stressed out with classes and exams. Or I would also like to do volunteer work overseas too. So yeah, a little tangent for you guys there. I'm just not really interested, not for a whole semester at least. A summer study abroad program, I was trying to do that this summer, but that didn't go as according to plan, obviously. But yeah, I just really have thought a lot about what I want to do as a young adult, and I still got a lot of college time ahead of me, and everything is gonna work out for the best. I know it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This semester off is gonna be good for me. I know it right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be hanging out here, still making videos for you guys. I'm not too sure how consistently I'll be uploading. I'm gonna try to upload as consistently as I can, as long as I'm not interfering with more important stuff, if we'll see how the next few months goes. Like, if you feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. All my links are in the description down below, and subscribe to this channel, please. My name is TVB9. I'll see you guys later.